What's going on, guys? Today we're going to take a look at the JK Design Emissary. Now these come from a fine gentleman named Julian. He's 28, based out of Denver. About 3 years ago started making knives and balies. He was big into skateboarding when he was younger, and that turned into flipping balies and eventually making them, which I can relate to. I was big into biking when I was younger, like BMXing. Ultimately, he invested in his own CNC machine, and that was when he was really able to start putting out some cool stuff. And I'm glad that he did, because his work is just excellent, at least from the limited sample size that I've tested. But if there's one thing he aims to bring to our community, it's good times, good memories, and his work easily reflects all of that. Now when you go to buy an Emissary from Julian, they're sold in a lottery system. So when you say you want one and you sign up, you get given a number, and then when it gets to that number, whatever bally is finished up, you have an opportunity to buy. So it's basically like dealer's choice. And I actually passed on a couple spots until we got to number 58, and it was actually one that I really liked. So Emissary is a sandwich design, hidden end pins, runs on bushings, and when I originally got this, it had purple tie, anodized hardware, and spacers, but otherwise it has a stone-washed Wharncliffe blade and a blasted stone-wash finish on the handles, which is perfect for me because more often than not, I'll always end up choosing some sort of raw tie finish. I usually don't like too much anodizing or too much color. But this one has just the standard chamfered handles, because some of his newer balies have these contoured rounded handles, and those just look really great. But I'm still really happy with this bally. Now the fit and finish on each one of his balies and folders is just great. When you look at mine, for example, the stonewash finish on the blade and the handles, even and consistent. You look at the main bevels, they're ground in even and symmetrically. Edge bevel's pretty clean. And if you spend any time watching my channel, you know how important properly tuned bushings are to me. And that's one thing he knocked out of the park too. Now when I originally got this, it had the purple tie spacers in it. And full disclosure, because when I originally put the micarta spacers in, they must not have been face milled or something, because they were a hundredth of an inch thicker than the original tie spacers, so they needed to be lapped down just a tiny bit. Otherwise it caused the handles to bind onto the blade, but that's not too big of a deal. Micarta is not that tough of a material, so it was a 10-minute fix. Now the Emissary is definitely a top tier flipper, and that basically goes without question. With the flush tang, no horns, really low profile Zen nipple, pinching's basically a non-issue. The spine is chamfered, not crowned, which sometimes I actually prefer a chamfered spine over crown spines. And even though my handles are just the regular chamfered handles, they still offer pretty good grip without feeling blocky or cumbersome. And the checkered pattern at the end of the handles offers good grip for tricks like choker fans, carries good momentum. Now I do have the micarta spacers installed, and I'd say with the micarta spacers the balance is pretty similar to a stock Alpha Beast, but when I had the titanium spacers installed, Balance was pretty handle biased, probably close to like what a Thai Basilisk is balanced like with stock spacers. Now, I would love to try one of the contoured handled emissaries, even if just because it would shed a little bit of that handle weight. Because even though I have the micarta spacers, it's still got a fairly decent amount of handle bias. But I still love my emissary, I wouldn't change it. Now Julian's a great guy, and he's never been anything but polite and friendly to me. And all of that definitely shows in his level of caring and contribution to the community. His work is just above stellar and it's unique into his own, but he's also not afraid to adapt to how the community evolves or what the community desires. If you are ever thinking about getting an emissary, go forward with confidence and without question, because it's without doubt going to be an amazing Bali. Now, he's also got a collaboration Bali that just came out with Joe Hansen on Instagram. It's called the Monarch. It's another take on the pinless design. And that looks really, really cool, actually. I just got a Fiore, so at some point expect a review on that. That's also a pinless design Bali. I haven't had that much time to work on my channel or film, edit, or upload videos lately, but I'm gonna try and change that and spend some more time working on the channel, because I have like 5 or 6 Balis I still need to review and 3 more on the way. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time. Peace.